Hi guys, welcome back to Geeks40K channel. It's currently 5 o'clock in the morning. This can mean only one thing. I've got to get Robin and we're heading to the Northwest Open. Right, and guys, we've just arrived at the hotel ready to start the tournament. We're going to go and walk down the street and we're going to try and find war games now and carry all our stuff down the high street wearing our lovely Geeks40K t-shirts. So here we go then, guys. This is the first game in the Northwest Open. The Ultramarines are on the table. I am facing Dougie and his Crimson Fists. He's just deploying them at the moment. What we're going to do is we're not going to film the battle, but we'll do a bit of a update at the end of the games. We are doing ITC Scenario 6. So there are 4 objective markers. One is labelled up 1, one is labelled up 2, and then Crusade is also in play, and we roll our Maelstrom missions from the designated list. So number 2 for Dougie is there. Number 1 is in his own deployment zone for the Ultramarines. Number 2 is behind the zone 3 behind the walls, and number 1 is down here with a squad already on it. So I'm going to go play this game.
Right, so this is my first battle. We're playing ITC Scenario 6, which is Crusade. I am playing against Richard. Say hello, Richard. There you go. And he has got a Eldar, Dark Eldar and Harlequins force. All of these at the back are all in reserve. We've had turn 1, so this is my turn 1 movement, so I've just pushed everything up. Because he's got everything in reserve. In this building and this building, he has 2 units hunkered down, which I can't get line of sight on. So we're just moving on to turn 2.
Killed one guy.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I killed one guy, so yeah, not a complete fail. So that's it, yeah, that's the first turn wrapped up. We're just moving on to my turn 2.
So the end of game 1, it went down to the Crimson Fist. They won that one, 9-2 in total ITC points. So yeah, first game, first loss. So we've got 2 more games remaining today. Hopefully do a little bit better.
Okay, so end of game 1. Let's just say didn't go too well for me, but Richard was a very good opponent, so thanks for that, mate. Yeah, I basically got a Land Raider with 1 hull point left, this quad mortar, and this guy. That's the only things that I've got left on the table. And Richard, as you can see, these are actually, he's got a converted up army. These are actually Wraith Guard. This is his Wraith Knight, so that's alive. All of his Harlequins still alive. In fact, most of his army is still alive. I didn't manage to kill hardly anything. I only managed to kill this. So, yeah, not the best start for me, but really enjoyable game. As I said, Richard's a really good opponent. So, yeah, let's see how we get on in game 2.
Second game in the Northwest Open, I am facing Jack and his Necrons. Some beautiful Necrons. So we're doing ITC Scenario 3, which is basically Purge the Alien with 3 objective markers for Maelstrom. So victory points for every unit we kill. Objective markers, there is 1 down there in the Necron deployment, 1 in the middle of the board, and then 1 right down in the corner down there. So I will catch you after the end of this battle.
Right, okay, so this is my second game of the day, and this is ITC Scenario 3, which is Purge the Alien. This is basically currently the wooden spoon battle. Me and Will both lost tragically in our first game, so we are currently joint bottom, I believe. So this is Will.
Iron Hands, sadly.
Yeah, so this is Iron Hands versus Iron Hands. Will has Iron Hands with Cult Mechanicum, Allies and Cotiers. Will got first turn, and this is him just moving. And this is my deployment so far. So hopefully I'll fare better in this game, but I'll see you at the end.
So end of game 2. It was a win for the Necrons, 11-0 on victory points. Just absolutely ran me down. Brilliant game though. Fantastic game. We had such a good laugh tonight playing that. It was absolutely amazing. So we're going to head over to the third and final game of day 1. I'm hoping I can pull a bit more victory points than naught out of the bag on the next one.
Right, so that's the end of my second battle, and wow, what a close one that was. Well, It seemed close. It was close until that unit sort of died on turn 2, and then it just became a bit of a battle of attrition, which Will actually managed to win. So not quite table, went all 6 turns, but it is an 11-0 victory to Will. But again, really, really good game. Really enjoyed playing against Will. He's a gentleman. So yeah, let's see how I get on turn 3. Maybe I'll get a point.
Third and final battle for the first day. I am facing Tau. We have 2 Riptides in here. It's going to be an interesting fight. The ITC mission that we are doing today is scenario 2. So it's Relic, which is in the middle of the board, and then 1 objective marker each. So the first one is in that half of the Tau objectives, and then the Ultramarines objective is hiding right at the back of the battlefield. So once again, I'm going to go fight this, and I will see you guys after.
Okay, so after my 2 losses, this is game 3. I'm playing against Joshua, and he has got his Orcs. So I think we are the 2 guys that have basically been pretty much destroyed in every other game. So yeah, hopefully this should be a nice close one. We're playing ITC scenario 2. It's Hammer and Anvil deployment, and there is also a relic in the centre as well. So yeah, let's see how we get on this one.
So that's it. That's final battle of the first day of the Northwest Open, and the Ultramarines have won 7 victory points to 4. That was a really good game against Joe. That was really, really good. Some really nice Tau. So we are going to pack up, head back to the hotel, and grab some food.
Right, so that's the end of my 3rd battle. Really fun game. I'm not sure how fun it was for Josh. Yeah, it's Orc Horde army. So yeah, I just put in an awful lot of shots. Unfortunately, Josh hadn't got enough anti-armour to deal with the Land Raider squadron, so they just rolled up the table and yeah, just blew everything up really. So I hold the relic, I've won the Maelstrom, and I've got all 3 tertiary as well. So that's an 11-0 victory, that one. So yeah, good game, enjoyed that. Again, Josh, very good opponent, very fun player.
Hi guys, we've just finished day 1 of the Northwest Open. Really good tournament, really enjoyed our first day. Robin, how did you get on?
Mixed. First game, pretty terrible. I was against quite a powerful Eldar, Dark Eldar and Harlequins list. Yeah. There was lots of D-Scythe action and Wraith Knight D-Cannons, which basically completely negated the strength of my army, which is the Land Raider formation. So yeah, got spanked in that one, 11-0. Second game was it was a closer game, but then the score at the end didn't really look like it was closer. It was against Iron Hands and Admech, and he was just Grav. He actually had, I think it was 62, 63 Grav cannon shots every turn, which again, when my army is more around mech, was probably one of the worst armies that I could come against, because the strength of that formation is lost. But then, because I hadn't scored any points, I was actually on the bottom table for the last game of the day, and I played against a guy called Josh, really nice guy, and he played Orcs. So yeah, it was kind of his army just wasn't built to cope with mech. So my Land Raiders just sort of basically held the middle of the table, and I could just shoot whatever I wanted. It was a Relic as the primary, so I just basically managed to get the Relic, shove it in a Land Raider, and there was nothing that you could do about it. So I actually won that one 11-1. So I think at the end of the day I've managed to jump this guy, but I'm sure you'll tell them what you did.
Yeah, so my first game was against another Marine player, Crimson Fists guy. Really, really close. I actually thought I was going to win, but it turned out when we added up the victory points, it ended up 7-2.
So what you're telling me, Rich, is you managed to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory in your usual style.
Pretty much. Because of the ITC rules, he managed to get the Maelstrom missions and the normal
secondary.
Yeah, the secondary and the primary mission. So he managed to get them. Yeah, not a lot I could do about that in the end, unfortunately. Second game was against Necrons. Again, really nice guy. Yeah, got no victory points in that one whatsoever. I did last till turn 5, though, before getting tabled against Necrons. And I'll take that, to be honest. Necrons are filth.
Actually, I haven't been tabled yet, so there's a bonus.
For you. So the third game was against Tau. There was 2 Riptides in there and a Ghost Kill. Basically, I managed to take the primary, so I got 4 victory points. We drew the secondary, so we got 2. And then the tertiary ones, I managed to get
1, was it?
1 of them, yes. So 7 points to 4 because he got 2 of the tertiaries and then 2 victory points for sharing the secondary ones. So overall, I finished on 9 victory points for the day, and this clown finished on 11. So we're probably mid.
Do you know what's going to happen? We're going to play each other tomorrow.
We are going to play each other tomorrow, aren't we? That's going to be awful. So we're at the hotel now, and then we're going to go out and get some food and get some beer. And I've been up since 4:30. And I'm so tired, I can't even begin to tell you. So food, beer, bed, sleep. 2 more games tomorrow, plus painting competitions, plus...
Which I've been nominated for.
And I've not heard.
He hasn't been nominated.
I've probably not been nominated, have I?
Sorry.
Whatever. And then the Sportsmanship Awards and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, 2 more games tomorrow, which we're going to film. So let's head over to day 2. Hi guys, it is now the second day of the Northwest Open and we're just walking down to the Wargame store now. No idea what today's got in store. It's quite nice not knowing who your opponents are going to be until the lot is drawn. So let's go and have a look at game 4. So then guys, this is game 4 of the Northwest Open and my opponent in this game is Admech, aligned with 3 beautiful knights. 3 gorgeous knights. So the mission that we are doing is Big Guns Never Tire. So heavy support choices. So there's only 1 in the Admech force, which is these 2 guys down here. And obviously I've got my Spartan, my Centurions and my Scorpius Whirlwind. And then there are 2 objective markers each. Number 1 for the Admech is there. Number 2 for the Admech is there. Number 2 for the Ultramarines is hidden away underneath the landing platform, and then number 1 is hidden away inside the bunker. So I'm going to go fight this and see how I get on after.
Okay, so here's my game 4, first one on day 2. We're playing ITC Scenario 5. I'm against Michael, and he is playing his Admech, which are absolutely gorgeous, really nicely painted. He has got an Imperial Fist Allies detachment, which is a Librarian, a drop pod and 5-man scouts, so some nice free transport for the Admech. Loads of grav, loads of haywire. Should be an interesting battle.
So that is the end of game 4. Nothing I could do with these 3. Once my Cataphractor Terminators went and my Grav Centurions had gone, these guys are only the ones surviving in the bunker. Nothing I could do, so we have called it at the end of Luke's turn 5. Yeah, it's good to watch those knights. I've got 2 waiting to be built. It's good to see how they get on. It's just got a tough little Admech list here with the 3 knights in there as well, but always good fun. Doesn't matter if you win or lose as long as you have fun, and that's the most important. Right, let's go see how Robin's getting on.
Right, so we're at the end of my game 4, and you'll probably notice that there is a distinct lack of iron hands on the table. That is because I've been completely obliterated. That's actually dead. Lost that in the last turn. So yeah, that's a win for Michael, and it's an 11-0 win again. So I think I'm back on the bottom table. So yeah, let's see how the last game goes. I might get pulled against Richard. so that'll be interesting.
So this is it. This is the final game of the ITC tournament, and I've drawn against Josh and his Orcs. Now you've already seen Josh on the channel because Robin faced him in game 3 yesterday. So I'm going to be taking on the same list, but this time with my Ultramarines, and that's always good fun because I know Orcs. I'm looking forward to facing this list, so I will see you guys after the battle.
Okay, so this is game 5, so my last game of the tournament. I am playing against Rich, and he has brought a really retro Space Marine army, Silver Skulls, which are its successor chapter of the Ultramarines. The mission we're playing is ITC Scenario 1, which is Emperor's Will. So yeah, let's see how we get on.
So that is it then, guys. That is the end of all the battles in the Northwest Open. It is a win for the Ultramarines. It's another 11 victory points for me. So that is quite interesting. I haven't got a clue where I'm going to finish in the leaderboard, and don't really care. It's all about having fun for me. So let's hand over to Robin and see how that numpty got on.
Right, so there's my last game of the tournament. Yeah, it went really well for me. All the bad luck that I'd had on my dice kind of came in on that. My Grav Centurions actually tanked about 8 feel no pain wounds on a 6+ in 1 round of shooting. So yeah, they should have been dead. My opponent, he just didn't have the luck on the dice. His reserves didn't come in when they needed to. Really, the only thing that could threaten my Land Raiders was the Predator with his 2 las cannons for a lot of the turning. So obviously, I've only just got the 1, which lost 1 hull point. So that's it. That was a 11-0 victory to me. So hopefully that should put me above Richard. So we just need to go and see what the results are.
So first prize is for the cheese award, the cheesiest list that came in, and there was a few. Mine might have been included, I just didn't know how to use mine. So it's a cheese award. Okay, so Will and his guys, he's over there with the camera pointing at me. So Will and his guys actually provided this award. We lost a block of cheese last night. Because we didn't put them in the fridge and yeah. Cheese doesn't like the warm. So when I announce who wins this, I would suggest you don't eat the cheese because it's been refrigerated. Don't eat the cheese. And it was a tough decision.
Filth.
There was
filth everywhere.
Yeah, there was. And there was a list with a lot of riptards. And then there was another list with a lot of riptards. And another list. So the one with the most riptards goes to Felix. Next award's going to go to the Showdown Award. This is the closest game points-wise over the whole weekend. And again, it came down to 3 people. There was literally 1 point in it. And there's a couple of close games. And the closest game, somehow, Ace ended up in. So he's not going to take the prize, told him to organise it. But it was a game against Hayden. So, where's Hayden? Do you know what? The local guy ran off. And well, Hayden anyway has won a copy of Tanks. Start to game. It was meant to be Wild West Exodus, but we ended up not having the game. So he's got that. But yeah, so now into the ones that you guys voted for. So best painted and etc. And so the first one for best conversion for an absolutely stunning Storm Surge has got to be to Gerard. So next, which is going to be really interesting, is best painted miniature, and you're going to have to put your camera down, Rich, because it's Richard Hope. Next is for best painted unit, and this one is for Michael Hayfarry.
Yeah.
It is for the best painted monster / tank. Richard, pass your camera back over again, please, mate. The biggest painted one, which is best painted army, and between Ace, Dave and myself, we went round, we looked at everybody's armies, and we weren't necessarily looking just for the actual painting skill that was in the army, it was what was composed as an army together to look the best. And then you guys obviously voted on it, and Maxwell, you actually got the award for the best painted army. On to the next award, which is the best old school. So this is who placed the highest with a single combined arms detachment. That's right, isn't it?
That's right.
And goes to James Jones.
How many people was that out of? How many people was that one?
And there was 4 in the category. Was 4? 4 people with a single combined arms. The most original army, which also carries a £30 voucher, and I don't think there was any argument from anyone with this. It's Gerard again, with fantastic. Right, so now to slightly more serious awards. We've awarded the best player of the Forces of Good, which is called the Emperor of Peace. Now, we tried to figure out how to do this, and the way we ended up managing it was the best single codex good faction and the best single bad faction. So, for the Emperor was Mark, with his Knight Titans. And on the flip side of it, my side of it, is the Dark Lord, which I'm sure is no surprise, went to a Dark Elder army, which is Lawrence. Thank you. Now into final placings. In 3rd place overall, after a long pop weekend. And I won't do all the X Factor drum rolls and all that. Sean Canning. £50 what it we do. In second place with a staggering £100 is Dan Green. So in first place, and they get the first 2006, well not just 2016, first Northwest Open trophy that we've done. You get a Frontline Gamer mat, sponsored by Frontline for it. Plus you get a ticket, whether you want it or not, to the Las Vegas Open. And it's Conrad. And not to mention, by the way, £150 worth of store credit. Kind of forgot that little bit. And then the final prize, and reason we left it for the final is winning the competition is great, and I don't mean to take anything away from you, Conrad, but what we try to push here in War Games is about competitiveness, but not being a douche. So we reward, and you guys all voted for it, and one person got 3 votes. Lots of people got 2 votes, and quite a lot of people got 1 vote as well. Winner gets £50 plus a gamer mat, plus a trophy, and plus a starter box for Drop Zone Commander, and that goes to Rob and Neil.
Wow. Okay, thanks very much, guys.
Now, wooden spoon. It came close. Joe, you were in the running for it. And then you said to me, I don't really want to lose my last game, but I do want the wooden spoon. And then you went and won your last game. So I actually went to Rick Martin.
Oh, thank you very much.
You get one. So that is it. That's all the prizes given out.